I must say that to have seen the film of Bobby Kennedy and to have been of that generation and brought such tears to my eyes, and such a great man was he, and to see all of his family here and to be part of this extraordinary situation headed by Kerry is a great honor to me, and I think we owe them, this great, enormous, extraordinary family, a great debt of gratitude. Luan Veo is a lifelong advocate for the right to health. She believes in action, not words, and rarely stops moving. In the months since the earthquake hit Haiti, she has saved lives, helped amputees get prosthetics, opened a shelter for abandoned children, and is building a state-of-the-art teaching hospital that will help transform the healthcare system. Joanna, that's you.
Sorry.
I like how I call her Joanna. Her name is Julianna.
It's okay. I've seen a lot of death since the earthquake, but we were suffering long before January 12th, when the RFK delegation visited our hospital in rural Haiti in 2003. 15-year-old Isaac was dying. He had traveled 8 hours on a rocky, unpaved road from his home to receive medical care. And by the time he arrived, microbes had bored holes through his small intestine and caused severe peritonitis. Isaac contracted typhoid because he did not have access to clean water. He was an IDB kid, one of the thousands of victims of the non-disbursement of long-needed pre-approved loans from the Inter-American Development Bank. He died a few days later. These loans would have provided money for health centers, rural roads, and potable water, programs that might have saved Isaac and hundreds of thousands like him. I asked the RFK Center to help release the loans and turn on the water. The RFK Center filed a Freedom of Information Act request and uncovered secret emails from the Bush administration to the head of the IDB. One of them read, "At this point, disbursements could normally begin. However, we do not believe that these loans can or should be treated in a routine manner and strongly urge you not to authorize any disbursement at this time." The RFK Center advocated at Congress, cajoled the State Department, and threatened legal action against the IDB. Together, we uncovered the evidence, restored transparency, held the perpetrators accountable, and helped turn on the water. Speak truth to power.
The RFK Human Rights Award was presented to Anonymous in 1995. At the time, the Sudanese government and its agents were bombing, burning, and raiding southern villages, enslaving thousands of women and children, kidnapping and forcibly converting Christian boys, and sending them to the front as cannon fodder. Annihilating entire villages or relocating them into concentration camps and preventing food from reaching starving villages. Individual Christians, including clergy, were assassinated, imprisoned, tortured, flogged, and even crucified for their faith. Against all odds, and under threat of certain brutal torture and death, Anonymous spread the word of liberty, offering compatriots a path to a better future.
I cannot reveal my name. I am from Sudan. My parents taught us as children how to love our people. However simple, however poor. Our home was busy. We always had somebody who was sick coming for treatment or giving birth in our house. I learned to regard all the Sudanese as my own family. But I cannot reveal my name. Those whom the government suspects of working on human rights are arrested, often tortured in ghost houses, or, if one is lucky, put into prison. If I revealed my name, I could not do my work. Speak truth to power.
Dr. Mohammed is the only medical doctor born and raised in Darfur. He has dedicated his life for helping the survivors of brutality and gender violence in Darfur to restore their lives and claim their rights. As medical treatment director of the Amel Center for the Treatment and Rehabilitation of Victims of Torture, he worked to heal a fractured society broken by genocide. For being a leader in the movement for peace, the Sudanese government targeted him and forced him into exile.
I am Mohammed. I traveled a long way from my village in the fertile and the very beautiful area of Jabal Mara to become a doctor. In Arabic, the word for doctor is hakim. But hakim does not just mean someone who treats patients. It also means a wise person, a philosopher with a wide perspective on life. In Darfur, my role is not just that of a doctor, but someone who must work to protect the community, uphold the human rights of the people of Darfur, and work towards peace. I come here as a messenger for my people. Millions of my fellow Darfuris continue to live in internally displaced camps. They cannot return home because of the fear of violence. The camps are not a home. They are small tents, tattered by years of wear. The food is limited. The disease spreads quickly, and clean water is a very rare and precious commodity. We are calling out for peace. We wish to move forward, to heal and to rebuild, but we continue to be targeted. I am now in exile, unwelcome and unsafe in my own country. Who will protect the community? The RFK Center brought me face to face with international leaders who must support the people of Darfur if we are to know peace again. We are now putting together the tools our leaders will need to heal and end the impunity that has plagued our great country. Speak truth to power.
Just as they challenge governments, these individuals challenge each of us to move beyond physical comforts to a higher order of aspirations.